Fair use. This commentary is for entertainment and educational purposes. Hey, loves, happy new day. And we're back together again. You know, I always like it when you come over here to chill with me. Thank you so much for being here. And as usual, we always have a lot to talk about. Please check out my store, check out my merch, my books. Now let's get into some real talk. No fluff. Much love, everyone. Okay, now Tia Mowry has been trending for the last few days because she seemingly shaded her husband after by liking a reel that the neighborhood talk posted. This reel was posted first by the neighborhood talk, and she liked this reel that spoke about toxic relationships, and when someone does not want to pay bills in a relationship. Now I found the original reel that the guy created, so here we go.
I'm so happy we live together. I'm excited to pay our first bill. You know the rent's due, right? Who on earth is excited to pay bills? And what do you mean together? I mean, you live here, so you're not gonna pay it. Wait, what? So what would you do if I wasn't living here with you? What would you do? I would pay the rent and all the bills. Exactly. So why do you need me to pay the rent and the bills if you can do it by yourself? It was your idea. What? It was your idea to move in together, so you're not gonna help pay any bills. You know I'm in between jobs. You know I done put in 5 applications. And why'd you move in with me? With no. So why you gonna kick me out? I thought you loved me. Love don't keep the lights on, but love keeps our relationship on. Is that not worth anything to you? It's worth something to me, but I'll have a job within the next six to 12 months. 6 to 12 months. What am I supposed to do till then? Do what you do if I wasn't here. Duh, you said it earlier. What?
Now there you go. You saw that. You heard him. So, and she did what she did. Now, this could be purely coincidental. However, it is highly likely that they must have had some amount of financial incompatibility in their relationship. I did a few videos a while back, and I spoke about women and why they should not date broke men. Neither should they date potential. And some people might be upset about that, but I stand 10 toes down unapologetically. Now, ladies, I want to also say this to you. Don't be shamed into situations that do not serve you positively. And the reason why I said that you should not date broke men is because listen, more often than not, broke men are bitter. They might be grateful and appear to be okay with your success or your accomplishments in the beginning. But then they grow to be very resentful and difficult to deal with, especially if you're the one who's making more strides and your accomplishments are 10 times more than his. Especially black men. You know, black men have that inflated ego to deal with. And instead of replacing that ego with logics, they use that ego to poke at you and to make you feel less than. Ladies, you have to be very intentional when you're dating. And then there's the issue of you dating someone who cannot help you out of a ditch more than they could help themselves. Which brings me to the issue of dating someone tax bracket as you is also an issue and could also lead to a number of problems. Because, okay, at the end of the month or whatever, you and I are waiting for our paycheck. We're in the same struggle or whatever. And if I want something during the month, I mean, you're supposed to be there for me. You cannot do anything more than I could do for myself. Well, then why am I in a relationship? Call me hypergamous. I've been hypergamous ever without any apologies. No one can shame me into thinking that there's something wrong with that. My mom was a very smart woman. She had the mentality of a very modern thinking, aware woman. So no one could tell me that I've done it all. I've done all that I could do, all that I have set out to do. I've accomplished a lot. So if I could do it, why can't the man do it? I'm not going to be apologetic for any of those things. I have never and will never care about what anyone says about me as it relates to me setting myself up for long-term success. Now listen, I grew up in a household where my dad was really the head of the house. My mom has never paid an electricity bill or a water bill. I could remember at the end of the month, my dad would pick up all the bills and he would go pay them. So this was my foundation. When I hear these arguments about who should pay bills and why they should pay bills and all that, it is like something foreign to me. And because men, I want to admonish you about this. This is more self-emasculating than it is masculine. Because if a man is going to come around saying, okay, you got the money for the bills this month? How much do you have? A man doing something like that? And I mean, as it relates to Tia and Cory, they were a mismatch from the very beginning. The whole sandals and the bus stop scenario would have been an immediate turn off for me. I do not care. I'm not your mother. You're not, like I said, the potential situation. I don't date potential. This is not the church choir or the school athletic team where the coach is seeing potential in you. No. Ladies, you have to not get entangled in these situations that our culture has imposed upon us as black women. Shake off the urge to cuddle these men. Cory was her child before she even had children. And as a woman, I know this could wear on your respect, on the respect you would have for your man. Because respect is earned, you know? And the little things a man does for his woman gives him that position and puts him in that position to earn that respect that would come from her. Now listen, a man who does not provide adequately for his family, for his woman, could make him very unattractive to that woman. He needs to call his aunt or his mother or whomever will cuddle him and go back home because he's not ready for a relationship of that magnitude. And then I saw in a subsequent article, someone was dragging her or questioning why she liked the video. Why wouldn't she? Now who would have the temerity to question this woman's action? Now no one knows what she must have been hiding for 14 years. You know, as women and as black women, we always want to stay on script. You know, you can call her biracial or whatever, she's a woman. We always want to stay on script. And because of our culture, we have to present the image that everything is copacetic while we're suffering in silence. So why is she receiving backlash for liking this man's video? And I can assume who might have raised an objection. Now listen, these moral soapbox climbers will never stop. And one thing for sure is that the one who holds the moral compass usually has the most messed up sense of direction. That is a quote from me. I coined that quote. And as time goes by and I live my life and I interact with people, their judgment comes from a place, it's projection. Because they don't live any better lives than anyone else that they're trying to set right or set straight. And they try to admonish you. Oh no, you shouldn't do this or you shouldn't do that. And they're in miserable relationships, pretending that they're fine. Oh, everything is fine. Oh, my husband or my man. Oh, we're doing fine. Let the woman be. Maybe this is the first time in a long time that she feels so liberated. She feels that she does not have to lie about anything anymore. She does not have to hide her true feelings. Why can't she just be allowed this moment? Now listen, I'm trying not to say now listen. Oh gosh, I'm a work in progress. Anyway, before I wrap up this video, I'll say this. As individuals, you must take time to self-discover. With self-discovery comes self-love, then self-awareness, which would then lead to you gaining that level of conscious thinking that would inevitably help you to set boundaries, and then will come your standards. Without self-discovery, you will forever be clawing your way out of situations that Would ultimately affect you psychologically. Ladies, learn not to compromise on your principles. If they keep you safe and whole, do not compromise. Be open to the evolution of who you are, because those things are natural. Because, like I said, there's always an inflection point. I always talk about the inflection point when it comes to us humans and how we receive new information. But if you feel safe in a certain frame of mind and it's not detrimental to you, that is your protection. And when it comes to relationships, do not adapt the role of being the provider. Believe me, you could do bad all by yourself. Observe the red flags and take action that is in your best interest. Self first. Self first is self love. Tia and Cory's relationship, I presume from what has been presented to the public, was a very imbalanced one. And a woman who understands her worth and is consistent with her achievements and her path to growth would soon grow weary of a husband who does not take up the mantle in their relationship, in their marriage. Do not stifle your conscience. If the logical deduction is that he was delinquent on paying the bills, that in itself is self-emasculating and unattractive. And women, people can say, oh, we're bossy, and when we would have attained a certain level of accomplishments, we have an attitude. That is not true. That is you projecting because you feel inferior. So you're projecting onto that woman your feelings that you're not good enough, and that is not fair. That is not fair. So women, let this story be a lesson to you. Try to learn from other people's experiences, their missteps, their misjudgments, their mistakes, however you may want to label them. Put you first.